know that the big part of this is that we ourselves was becoming from a open door to where we could see that this group of young men, and once again, I'm Reverend Dr. David J. Nixon. We are here joining you with WCRY FM 102.5. Please feel free to join in with us. Get your friends, come on around, and kind of let's sit down and let's talk a little bit. What me and Mr. Lopez is doing, and I want you to know every now and then as we go through this, we'll be calling each other by first name, by last name, because the same here goes for him. The respect is there, and that is one of the filters of allowing us to think before
Thank
we
you.
think. And we're thinking right now, as Mr. Lopez was saying, this is a key to getting young men to begin to group together and allow them to all understand that each one of their minds can become the root of the foundation. If you can build a foundation, then to me, building the foundation is letting me know that the mortar, the clay, all of it fits together, and that means putting their minds together. What do you think about that?
I think so too. I think regardless of what piece is what piece, at the end of the day, all these pieces have to come together to win the game.
Yes.
Some of them have to sacrifice more for one another, but at the end of the day, the end of the game, pardon, I feel like if the pieces don't work together, they're really not gonna get to win the game. They're gonna end up losing. And of course, it's all about strategy. It's all about thinking
Yes.
before you do a move.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're gonna sink. And it's similar to the game of life.
I like that.
It's
like
similar
that.
to the game of life. I think it goes farther than just a game on a table that you're playing with someone. I think your biggest challenge in anything, even playing that game, is you, because you have to question yourself before you do a move. Is this the right move? And you have to think ahead. And if you don't think ahead, you're gonna catch yourself, or the other player's gonna catch you. And it's similar to life,
Yes. Yes.
If you don't think and you just do the move, if you don't think and you do the move, and you don't plan ahead, you don't strategize,
Yes.
you don't ask yourself the right questions, you just go ahead and do it out of just out of bad timing, just because you're not patient enough, you're gonna catch yourself losing or failing. Again, it's not bad to fail, but you have to learn what you did wrong. And chess is very similar to life.
And
You have to
that's
think
one
ahead.
thing. Yeah, I want to come in with you on that because, see, that's one of the things about the game of chess is one is concentration and being patient and knowing that every move that you're about to make, your opponent is watching that move. We're using the outline and the simulation of chess, and I wanted to kind of back up a little bit when we was talking about our bishops, and we was talking about the knights, and we was also talking about the king. So we're going to kind of roll forward a minute and kind of give you a little bit update scenario of what was really taking place. When we had a chance to get the young people to participate and to be involved, we noticed that there was a great attention thing going on where there was one young man who had to go and have someone do a study hall for his math. And we was talking to the young man, and we just asked the young man, you sure you want to go? Well, we asked the group. And the group said, you know what? Yeah, let him go, and we'll be here for him. And that was the response that we got from this young group at the time we was getting ready to pull
And
forward the scenario.
It's a very good response, because that just shows that they're willing to help out.
Yes,
They're willing to
yes.
help out, and I think that's what you get when you put a team together.
Yes.
They realize the effort doesn't come from just one person, and not one individual,
Yes.
but as a team.
Unified men join together, young men join together. Our process and our move is to enable them to use the format of their intelligence. And we want to also let the audience know that using the format of their intelligence doesn't always require a certain situation. What it requires you to do is to think before you get into that situation. And when you get into that situation, the mind becomes a developing tool that
It
can give
does.
you something. You know
and
what I mean?
and I agree with that. I think my personal perspective is, and I think it goes further than that, is intelligence. I feel is remembering things, because you can learn math at school. A lot of people, when I was in high school, I'm 24, so I feel like high school was a long time ago, but I did go to college, and I remember a lot of people complaining, why do I need algebra?
Yes.
Why do I need algebra and geometry? I'm not going to use this in life. That has nothing to do with my career. The thing is not how you're gonna use it in life. Is are you are you going to remember this? And at some point in your life, you're gonna have to use math problems. You know, you have to use math problems to pay your bills. You're gonna have to use math problems to figure out how much income you're getting, how much income is coming out of your pocket to be able to sustain your life on a daily basis. And you know, when I was younger, I used to complain about it too. I used to complain about math classes. I was like, all we need is this much math. The thing is, they want to keep you remembering it, you know, as the years go by. It will become too easy if they teach you the same math that they taught you in middle school if they don't teach something different in high school. All they want you to do is to remember math. You know, that's how you become more intelligent. And I feel intelligence, everybody's intelligent. Everybody has the potential to be as intelligent as they want to be. They just have to remember the information. And that's when thinking comes into place.
To observe and to absorb.
To observe and to absorb.
To observe and to absorb. And that's one thing that we wanted to bring to you today, was to allow you to see that we're trying to speak on the issues about what can cause a mishap, what can cause a misunderstanding, what can cause failure. And one of the things is that we want the overall public to know is that we're not here to promote us. We're here to talk about what we feel and what we enjoy doing. We feel good doing it. And I want to encourage any and all men and women out there to become that mentor, to show that overall aspiration to lift up a young individual so that that young individual, whether male or female, can find themselves in life without having to feel that when they run into an obstacle, they got to keep going back. Don't go back. Stand still. It says steadfast, in other words, and become strong and believe in yourself. You know, when we was together, confidence. And you know, Mr. Harris and Mr. Stump, their input, their overall involvement that day we was there was strong, man. I mean, they saw the unity. And when you say MJT, men joined together, they saw the unity. And you know what? When we went, and we're looking forward to going back again, coming up here next week to be in the schools, we want everyone to know. Yeah, the 28th of February, we're going to be in the local school. But we want everyone to know that what's important is having the overall heart and the mind and the commitment. When you make that commitment, do not allow them to be let down. Show up. You know, even if you don't have a lot to put forth, even if you have some cards, and I'm not talking about playing cards, I'm talking about the cards of the mind, okay? You can put ABC on the table and use it in many ways. Am I right?
I think you're right. I think everybody, when you refer to cards, I believe what he's talking about here is we all have ideas.
Yes.
We're all very intelligent beings. And, you know, as for the parents of the young man, is for, you know, for them, what I'm saying is sometimes you might feel that you're not a good role model, or you might feel like you're not doing a good job with your kid, but your kids are always watching what you do, you know, and anything that you do it becomes a card on the table. Any action that you take becomes a card on the table, and you can advise them. That's another playing card. That's another card in your hand. So I feel like we have to, as brothers, as fathers, as young adult, as men in general, we have to set an example for this younger generation coming up.
Yes. And you know, when you cross that border, I want the public to know that not only are we here to express the fact at WCRY, okay, 102 FM, is that there's more than just here talking about mentorship. We're talking about life. We're talking about where one's overall commitment can be when he can see someone.
Real talk.
Yeah, real talk. You know, to each one reach one in order to teach one. Therefore, all of us can be successful in life. You know, we gotta reach someone. And that's what we're out there doing. MJT is saying to you is that we're not here trying to undo or redo anything that's been done. We're just adding to the wheel. You know, add an extra spoke helps it stronger.
We're trying to help out or organize what's already out there.
Yes.
You know, because what's already out there is good and it's bad. We just want to be able to come up with a system, if you will, a strategy.
Yes.
To help out and organize those ideals, and in the end help this young man find themselves, you know, and instead of being lost in their youth and, you know, just going from there and not having a path.
Yes.
You know, we could reach them young. Now we could help them see what life is truly about and help them find their own confidence. I feel that we have done a big favor to our community and society, and in return the world.
Wow. Once again, we at WCRY 102.5 FM, and we want you to know that this is the real part of the radio. This is the part that we want you to understand, that we're coming here, Evansville Real Radio, okay, 102.5 FM. All right, think about that when you get a chance. Also, I wanted to add to everyone is that MJT has been around since 2011. MJT puts on free conference. Our group is not a profiting group. We don't look for no handouts. If we put on a conference, we're inviting everyone. It's a free conference. All our conferences are done down at our local and public libraries. We want everyone to know that the involvement is when we do these conferences, we put up flyers, we put out websites. Our website is, when you go to Blogger, go ahead and hit that website for me.
Our website will be mainjointogether.blogspot.com, and you guys can check out more information, more in-depth information, how the program works. If you guys want to get involved, we know there's a lot of more leaders out there, and we are in desperate need of you guys. And I mean, you guys don't have to show up to schools. You guys don't have to do, all this propaganda stuff if you want to look at it that way. But if you're a leader in your community, you're a leader in your family, at work, in society. So just put your 2 cents, if you will.
And join your local ministers. We got ministers out there. We got officers out there. We got firefighters out there. We got leaders out there that are doing so much that we're saying that we can do this together. Men joining together. I mean, we look at it when I speak to my better half, she always say, women can join together, and women are doing a lot of that. They're joining together right now as we speak on this radio. But we're saying men join together to enlighten what women are doing. This would bring a more stronger base. We want to build a base that won't break down. We want to build a foundation that no one feels like, okay, if I can touch that, that will fall. That is not how MJT works. Once again, enabling men to use the format of their intelligence. We have a lot more coming to you right now as we begin to continue this discussion. Mr. Lopez and I are on fire, and if you're not on fire with us, I tell you what, if I had an idea where you was,
a bucket with ice here in a second.
We're going to have to cool it down up in here, because that's where we are. We're here sitting with the president, and you know what? He's got us going. He's giving us some thumbs up over here that we got to keep rolling. And that's one thing we want to do. And as he had mentioned earlier in the beginning of this overall show, we want you to know that if you would like to be a donator, if you would like to be a sponsor, we want you to feel free to contact, as this information will be given to you at the end. But I want you to know right now, again, I am not going to delay on saying this word, WCRY 102.5 FM. We can make a difference. Me and my friend here, Mr. Lopez, we are going and we're doing some things. What do you think about that?
I mean, I think the program is great. I think what we're doing now is great, and there's not a lot of programs out there that are focused on strategies like the one we are. We're really creating this young man. We're really creating this
men join together.
Yeah, this program here to ask those questions. Sometimes we don't ask ourselves those critical questions that are gonna push us to the next level or make us think better. Think before we sink.
Yes.
So most of the time, we just decide to go and do things without thinking. We just do them because it's just part of what society sees that is correct. But what is the truth? What do we see as men that's correct? Because for the history and in the entire history of the world, most of the leaders in this world have been men, and we're not trying to become meninist, if you will.
I'm messing with him up here. Okay, we're just showing you how bright and how strong it is. Go ahead.
Yes. So what I'm saying is, men are very are a strong foundation in society, and if we can start showing our young men in our community what type of leaders they can become, and what type of power and what type of influence they can achieve, then we have, like I said, we have done something great.
Yes.
And it definitely will change the way our community and our city is, is branded or exploited out to the rest of the world.
Yes, yes,
You know,
yes.
there's a lot of bad tags with the city in the past. You know, and why can't we not change that? You know, why are we going to be labeled as a small city, or why can we not be a great city? And we can start. I mean, we've already started. We're a great city, I believe.
Yeah,
and
we're building right now.
We're building right
Yes,
now.
good mayor
And
everything.
we
man.
are, our future is going to look brighter if we could get our young men involved in being great leaders,
One of the
involved
thing-
into thinking they can become great leaders and achieving that purpose.
Yes, and you know when you talk about achieving, I want everyone to know that in the month of April, MJT will be hosting another conference coming up, and that conference is going to be. We're going to be talking about one of the words that we're going to use coming up this next week with some of our guests, and that overall word is, how good is your name? You know, when we think
How
about
good
it,
is
you know,
your
how
name?
good is your name? Your name is important. Just like Evansville has got a good name. It's important. But we wanted to say to our students and to the young men, you know, when we see them, how good is your name? And we're still going to use the chess scenario. We're going to use the chess scenario to be able to break down a little bit more of a clear understanding so that these young men will see that our purpose is not to try to confuse them or to make them feel like, you know, okay, well, my name ain't no good. Well, yes, your name is. You
Your
know,
name is great.
I can only say one thing. My father is 90 years old, and one of the things he
90.
always said, David. He said, David, that's a good name. And you know what? I'm going to live with that for the rest of my life, and I do my best to try to keep that name strong and positive. What do you think about it?
I think that's great. And you know what? Touching back to, I don't believe I shared this with you back then. We didn't have much time.
Okay.
But touching back to the first meeting out there for MJT out in
Yes.
Bossy, was I actually told this young man something very important. I feel like that broke the ice. I asked him what they wanted to do right after high school, what university or college they wanted to attend to, and I told him to just tell me straight. You know, it didn't have to be something out of their mind. Like, what college, what university do you see yourself going to, or do you really want to go to, if it was possible? So, you know, to break that ice, because they were just a little nervous. They were like, well, you know, what if I don't have the money to go here, but I want to go here? I said, it doesn't matter. Just tell me where you would like to go. And then I told them, you know, one thing that helped me change my perspective to life and achieving the things that I wanted to achieve was something very powerful and psychological is putting the grade right after your name. So this touches bases with what you're saying, your name.
Yes.
So imagine if the best version of yourself had the grade right after. For example, my name's Jesus, so it would be Jesus the Great. What would Jesus the Great do on a daily basis?
I like that.
You know, so I got them thinking that way, and I think that's very powerful
Yes.
because I got to see some changes on them, and I got to see them think. I wanted to hear them say their name with the great right after.
Yes.
But I told them, if there's something that you feel you can achieve, imagine what the version of you that's the great would do to accomplish that.
Woo!
You
see
know,
that? You see
yeah.
That? You see that? Then that
So
gives you
it really broke the
inspiration.
ice with them. It really
Yeah.
broke the ice, and I was able to see some changes because then they were participating more.
Yes.
They were raising their hands, and I feel that's a very powerful technique, and I think that can apply to anybody.
And that's
you
one
know.
thing that I want to join in you with. You know, when you know your name is strong,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be like you want to be on top of the world. I go back when we say Muhammad Ali, you know, people like that was great in the life. And his name is still great right now today, you know, but the individual name is a platform to enable them to use the intelligence.
Yes.
I'll say that again.
I
An
believe that.
individual name is the platform for them to be able to use the intelligence. Okay, that's a format in life. You know,
your name is very, very powerful.
Yes,
You know, when
yes.
you introduce yourself, you have that confidence of who you are.
Yes,
And it's
yes.
who you are.
Yeah,
you
and
know.
that's what we want to push out. We're going to be pushing that out next week as we get ready to visit the school again. And we want everyone to know out there that you are listening to WCRY, and that is 102.5 FM. And we're sitting right here. And I tell you, it's an honor to always look when you can look up and see the president of the radio station. And we're talking about Evansville Real Radio. He's right here
Real
behind me. And Real talk. We're talking real. And I want to go down a minute to the chess. I want to talk back with the chess a minute. We're going to go with the king. You know,
the
a fundamental piece, man. A fundamental piece is that the king. To me, the bishop is always in the decision line. But when it comes down to the full approval and the complete decision made, the king. And I want each and every one out there, and so do my friend, Mr. Lopez. We want each and every one of you to know that you are a king in your own ranks. And you have to live, you have to think, and you have to be like that. Each one reach one in order to teach one. Therefore, all can be successful in life. There is nothing stopping you from being successful. I want to go back a second, and I remember when the president of this radio station, as he began to go out and do a overall desire to start, he wanted a desire to start. He made mention of it at different places. He talked to many people and friends that we know of each other that we know together. And one thing that I want to spread to you is that, here's a commitment saying right now, we are here live, and he did not give up. He didn't give up. And you know what? When we go back to how good is your name, he was using his name when he was saying all of it, when he was promoting it, and he was saying, it's not about me, though. I always hear him say that. It's not about me. It's about getting the public some more verse of vision.
Something real.
Something real. Divorce is real, man. It's real. It's right here. We're behind it. And, our thought is if you cannot be a part of it, get out the way. Just get out the way. We're not trying to tell anybody that they don't fit in. You'll never fit in if you won't go in. This is it. You got to go in. Yeah, try. And I like that. I mean, try, and allow people to understand that we go and say it again. Each one reach one. Men join together. That's where we're at right now. We're sitting here right now, live, talking to you. And my good friend, Mr. Lopez, and I tell you what, we ain't no biting on our words. When we speak, we think about what we're saying. And if you hear us kind of study or rudder, that means that we got so much going on.
We got too much going on.
There you go. we
want to, like he said earlier, we're on fire. So I'm still waiting for my bucket with ice to get here.
And that's the key right there. The audience out there, we want to say to you, is that our spot here right now on the radio is that we are saying to you, call in. Once the information comes to you, call. Make your commitment. Make your overall supporting commitment.
There's a lot of radio stations out there.
Yes.
They all have music. They all have talk shows. They all have all these types of entertainment for you. But most of the time, you're going to miss out on the real talk because there's not enough radio stations like this ones out there that actually bring that to you. That actually bring real conversations and real topics that impact our society in one way or another. And I feel like this is that type of radio station. So, Reverend, I mean, you can agree with me. This is a real talk. This is nothing scripted. We really don't have an aim to, control your mind and focus on us. Yeah,
I like that.
We're here being real. We're here talking about real things happening, real problems, real issues, and how we can find solutions to them, and how we can impact you guys, as a community. How can we reach out to you so you guys can see, so you guys can have that confidence within yourselves as well. And I feel like this radio station is going to create that impact. So we have to keep it alive. We have to keep it going.
My young brothers out there, we want you to know that we're right here. We're expressing to you that what's your move? What is your move? How good is your name? There's men and women out there in leadership position. I know they're looking to see what the future is going to lie for our young America. You are the future. You're the ones that we lean on, and sometimes, believe it or not, we depend on you. And we want you to know that at our website here for the Real Radio, we're talking about Evansville Real Radio, www.evansvillefm. Once again, www.evansvillefm.org, okay? And that's ORG at the end now, okay? And if you want to sound out and you feel like you want to contact the station, you want to talk to the overall administration yourself, if you want to bring some type of input and you think you can make a difference, give a call at 812-228-0734. Once again, www.evansvillefm.org, 812-228-0734. Looking forward to talking to you. I'm David J. Nixon. We are with WCRY 102.5 FM, and I'm here with Mr. Lopez.
Yes,
and
sir.
we are men joined together.
Men joined together.
And we're going to join together a little bit later here in a few minutes. And Mr. Lopez and I ain't going nowhere, but we want you to know one thing, that if each one could reach one in order to teach one, therefore we all can be successful in life. Woo! We'll talk to you a little later.
How was that?
Yes. Yes. Woo! We're back. We're back. We're back. We didn't even take a break, really. We just want you to know if you heard any chatter going on in the background, it was going on because we was just trying to keep one thing. Men joining together, each one reaching one in order to teach one. Therefore, all can be successful in the life. You know, I want y'all to know that Mr. Lopez did not leave us now, okay, because that's one thing that we want to talk about. Right now, we're getting ready to go into session number 2. Okay, in the session number 2 of this show, we want to introduce a family, a father, a son, and there's even more. There's 2 more that's not here right now, but we do know that they are out doing wise and positive things. MJT want to welcome you back as we begin to enlighten you. Now, we was talking earlier at the end, before me and Mr. Lopez was kind of winding down a little bit, we was talking about one of 2 important things. What's your mood? And then how good is your name? We have right here with us the West Coast family. And I tell you what, I'm going to be introducing the father, and the father is going to allow his son. Matter of fact, he ain't going to allow his son. Both of them, they are going to allow themselves to open up this realm for you. And his son is going to do a little Christian rap there for us. He's going to lay it down for us. He's going to lay it down. I tell you what, you got to be here to see what's going on in here. Let me say that again. You got to be here to see what's going on in here. And you know what? It's live. Ladies and gentlemen out there, we want to welcome you back to WCRY 102.5 FM, Real, Evansville Real Radio. As my good friend, Mr. Lopez, say, keeping it real. And we are right here keeping it real. It's live, nonstop. We're going to run out of time when you run out of time. And we hope that our time don't end before yours. Okay, we're right here. How you doing, bro? I'm back with Lopez is back here with me.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, we're here. Excited about this. Got to meet this two fine gentlemen. I cannot wait. I'm excited to see what they have going on here for us. Very, very excited. So you guys have to stay tuned in, because if I'm excited, I'm sure you guys are also going to be very excited.
See, that's the key to about men joining together. See, one voice only opens the door. The second voice comes and hold the door open. The third door comes and swings it even wider. All right? Now, the fourth comes in and actually breaks the door down. You heard him back there. It breaks the door. Now the door is open. Anything is real. Anything is real. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here. Once again, I want to introduce the West Coast family and the father of the West Coast family, Mr. Arthur Davis, better known to me as JD.
Hey,
how you doing, man?
What's up, Evansville? It's JD up in here, West Coast family. We represent for Christ, MJT. Man, we've been down with MJT from the beginning, man.
Always.
Yeah.
This the body. This is the body right here.
I've been with Brother Nixon. I got a much respect for this man and what he's trying to do.
Double, brother.
Building strong communities. And what me and my son, we always say, you can't have strong communities without strong families, because family is community.
In agreement.
So we just trying to, spread that love, because you don't see, media, television, they don't put, you used to have like, Leave It to Beaver. And now it's all dysfunctional families on TV. Man, what happened to the families? Like, even good times, they were poor, but they was a strong family, a father figure in the home.
The Partridge family, all of them.
We don't see none of that anymore. That's all dysfunctional, man. Where's the family love at? We just trying to bring that back, man. And I love that this is Real Radio, because we keeps it 100 up in here.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Woo! That boy. Woo! You see how hot it is up in here? And we're not just talking about hot. It's in our overall voices. We got water to cool that down. But it's hot up in here. It's hot up in here. And that's a good sign. We even got the president over here just kind of chilling out. Now, he got no water over there. Y'all get him some water over there. There you go, Mr. President. He good. Okay, he said he good. But it just let y'all know that we're going to come a minute. We're going to open up this overall floor, and we're talking about serious. We're going to open up this floor here to some gentlemen who's been a part of MJT. And like I said, menjointogether.blogspot.com. And just kind of stroll through the overall blogger site, and you'll see what's going on. We have Mr. Lopez, who has been joining us. We also been talking to the West Coast family. We got Justice Davis here. Okay, Justice Davis here. And I tell you what, this is just a portion of what I'm sharing with you, but we want you to know that at WCRY 102.5 FM is live right now. So let me just slide over to the side and let the West Coast family come in right quick as we begin to open that door. We're in. Got him.
What's up? It's your boy Villain Jr., one of the members of the West Coast family. That's just a little something. This off our album Out of the Matrix. And check it out. It goes something like this. How could somebody take a brother when he's close to me? When he was everything I wasn't, but I hope to be. And Bizzle, it's R.I.P. when you see me, cause I'm about to split a cop and that's on HPC. Now let me just pour out my heart. My thoughts are too dark, so we'll start with my heart. Deep inside, there is love. Sent from a woman who had to come from up above. I got a temper like my pops, but we bang different blocks, and we both had to watch our brothers' bodies drop. I sit in my room and get high as the moon, and wonder when's the day that I'ma see my doom. Cause death is creeping up quickly, man, I swear the reapers gotta be out to get me. Cause the way that my life is going, I'm losing all emotion and I'm growing colder. Colder to the world, want to turn the cold shoulder. My eyes heavier than boulders, cause I just smoked a coda. And I'm starting to feel super slow, just wondering which way to go. As I think about my life and the highs and lows, I wonder why this world is so cold. I try my best to do some good, but I never end up doing what I should. And addictions taking over my life got me searching for another little fix tonight. Put about 30 green pills in my mouth, chew them up till I can't move off this couch. But this ain't what I want no more, so I fall to my knees and I talk to the Lord and ask him why. It seems the only way to survive is to get high as a kite.
First time with a broken dream, and I can feel the full moon watching me. Smoked out and my lungs can't feel the green, and who can recognize all the pain I see? First time with a broken dream, and I can see the full moon watching me. Smoked out and my lungs can't feel the green, and who can recognize all the pain I see?
Wow, so that just gives you a little of the envelope. Come on now. And the envelope says,
It's too lit. This room's about to catch on fire, you guys. I have my water bottle open in case somebody here caught on fire. I was about to pour that up to them.
See, that's
Real
why-
talk.
Yeah, that's real talk. That's what I'm talking about. Keeping it real. And you know what? This is why I'm glad Mr. Lopez did not leave. Also, we want to give a shout out to Mr. Stephen Stump over at USI. You know, Stephen is a part of the Young Professionals. He's doing some stuff. He was going to be with us tonight, and we wanted Stephen to know that we miss him. But you know what? We ain't dissing him. We just want him to know that it's still real if you're not here yet right now.
It
But
will
we're
still
looking
be
for
kept real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we will. We're definitely going to keep it real, and we will see him real soon.
Yeah,
you know,
we're holding your spot.
there you go. There you go. We got a seat waiting on you. But the only thing about it, I was laying down to Mr. Lopez earlier. You know, a house is not a home if no one is living there.
That's right.
You with me?
Yes.
And a chair is not a house if ain't nobody sitting in
Sitting
it.
there, that's
But we
right.
sitting in these chairs.
Yeah.
So this our house.
That's right.
So ladies,
We
yeah.
got Christ
Mi
in the
casa, su
house,
casa.
and when Christ is in the house,
Yes.
the house is packed.
Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. That's my friend JD. You know, we all have been able to work with West Coast Family when MJT first started. And the whole thing that I'm so impressed about MJT was that it allowed West Coast Family to let MJT be a part of them. Hear what I'm saying to you,
Wow.
public. See, MJT became a part of West Coast Family. And then we used to always say to each other when we saw each other is what we was doing and what was going on in our lives. And I would always say this right here. MJT is not David Nixon. Y'all remember this.
Right.
Right? It's
Yeah.
not David Nixon.
Right.
MJT is men joined
joined
together.
together.
And I want to let that West Coast family, JD, Arthur Davis, and his son, Justice Davis, how much I love him. And there's still two more not here that even deeper if we'd have had them in here. And Brother Lopez, I want you to know, man, you're in the house.
Oh, and we'll let you know, Brother Nixon.
Yeah.
Jared will be home next month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next month?
Like less
Yeah,
than
the
30
artist.
days.
Oh, yes, the artist. That
Yeah.
kind of.
Oh, hey, and we love you too. We love
Yeah,
you too.
yeah. You know what?
Oh, good. You know that.
Okay,
You know that.
so
The
hold
reason
up.
why- oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I was just had a quick question. So you guys are missing two more members.
My brothers.
Well,
So if your brothers were here, this room would literally catch on fire.
Yes. Yes.
Go, boy.
Yeah.
Somebody grab that bucket with ice. I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
no doubt.
Open up that bottle.
And the
let-
reason why
yeah.
we've been with MJT is because we got the same goals.
Yes, yes.
We go around. We do a lot of shows in Evansville, and we pretty much go around the country. We
Yes.
Texas, St. Louis.
I know y'all on
shows
the road,
in
man.
California.
Yes.
We're going down to Tennessee in March.
Well,
Or is that May?
May.
May.
In May?
Yeah.
May.
Not May 4th, right?
No.
Okay,
May
okay,
18th.
okay,
May
okay,
18th.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
we're going to be back May 4th. Once again, WCRY 102.5 FM. And the thing about it, we want everyone to know that what you feel, and you're feeling it. I know you can feel it because I can feel it, and I'm right in the middle of it.
It's
Is
coming
that
out through those speakers.
yes,
Yeah.
It's
yes,
coming out through those
yes.
speakers.
And we're letting you know that if you want to be a part of this, think about it. We want to invite you to come on out or give a call right now. Just pick up the phone and call, and you can call that number. If someone will answer it or go to an answering service, somebody will call you back. And once again, I'm going to give you this information at www.evansvillefm.org, 812-228-0734. Remember that number, and you will always be able to find a voice. The president is sitting right in here with us, and I tell you what, we're going to open up all our bottles in a minute, and we're going to be like a Super Bowl, okay? We're going to be like the Super Bowl, and we're going to dash the water on the president because we're going to let him know he's a winner.
Not near the equipment.
You heard that yourself, okay? So we're just letting you know that West Coast family. Let's break it down a minute. We're gonna intellectually get intelligence here in the room, and we're hoping that the audience will hear what we're saying. Let's talk about West Coast family and what it's been doing in the past year. Now, I've been following you myself, and we want everyone to know that MJT West Coast family, and with MJT being invited into West Coast family, we want you to know that we ride the bus just so we can communicate with people.
Yes.
We can drive in cars all day, but we don't mind getting on the bus, and we find ourselves communicating. When we see each other on the bus, the people be wondering, like, okay, well, who is this now? Wait a minute. And I think sometimes people go like, well, they're not from Evansville. Wrong! Yes, we are. We are from Evansville, and we want to thank the city leadership that's going on here. There's things building up in the city, but we want you to know we want to build up the young minds and the families and the men.
You know why people are so shocked?
Yeah.
Because nobody communicates. Everybody's
That's right.
got headphones in their ears.
Yeah.
So when you're
Yeah.
on the bus and you communicate with them, they're shocked.
Come on.
Because
Talk-
everybody's
yeah.
looking
Oh
down
my God, he
now.
speaks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody
That's it.
talking to
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
shocked.
That's the real thing.
Yeah.
When we talk about the young youth, Mr. Davis, and I'm opening this up because my respect for you and your family. But, I remember back 2015. How deep
Seemed like
it
so
was.
long ago.
You know what I'm
It
saying?
does.
But the families were going through some things, man. You guys was out on the West Coast, family, grandmothers, things like that
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
But yet you guys are still here. You're still doing what you're doing. And I want to lay this out to you, my brother. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I want to lay it out to you, man, how much love I have for you, because as a father, you didn't quit. I remember when we had the first TV show on public access.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Remember that?
You remember that?
I remember that. Yeah.
That was our first
yeah.
guest, man.
Yes.
Our first
Yeah.
guest.
Man.
And we want you to know that West Coast family.
We come a long way.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have.
We
But
have.
you with me, man?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
the conference, the
Yeah.
awards that we've given out.
Right.
Okay, but in April, we're going to bust and loose. What we mean by busting loose, ladies and gentlemen, what we're saying is we're going to open up the doors for all of you that want to come, and we will make sure this information gets to you. Like I said, when we get ready to do this, flyers will be down at the library, the public library, and we'll even hand it to the president so he can kind of sound that off on his overall internet or the website and what he does. I think he has with Facebook as well. So there's some things going on here that's not just small.
Right.
Evansville Real Radio is deep. And it's finna get deeper. So if there's someone out there just want to throw away your envelope, look our way, okay? Look at Evansville Real Radio and call the president. Give him a call. Once again, give him a call at 812-228-0734. And I got West Coast family in the house
And
right
you know
now.
what? I like to say to everybody listening, even if you don't agree with anything we're saying, call in and talk to us. Let's talk.
That's
Let's
it.
talk
That's
about it. You
Tell
That's
me
know?
why
it.
you don't agree.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
put it on the table.
That's it. I like that. I like that. You see why West Coast family is right here? Because family is not afraid to support one another's decision.
Yeah.
You
We
might
all
teach
think
me
it out.
something.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you
You
go.
know?
Come on now. We got the
Yeah.
youngest in the house coming out
Right.
there. Matter of fact, I want to hear a little bit more. Mr. Lopez is here. Now, we got an open mic here.
Right.
Right. So we've introduced ourselves, and we've allowed ourselves to understand what's the real purpose. I want to go back to the chess piece a
Okay.
minute.
Oh, like
you know,
chess.
and I want to. There you go. That's why I want to go back. You know, it says, "What's your move?" And when we was delivering this information to that group of young men a week ago, we asked each one of them, next time is to pick a piece. So we're right here with Justice, and we want Justice Davis to pick a piece. We want to pick a piece. Pick whatever your piece you want, okay? And when you pick that piece, here's what we're going to lay it out. When you pick that piece, give the audience a little scenario of why you picked that piece and what it means to you.
Okay.
Let it roll. Let it roll.
So I'm gonna pick the king because I like chess. So, but to me, the king represents me. On that board, the king is the most important piece, and he can't do nothing without the rest of the pieces. So, in that aspect, if you got a whole bunch of, if your knight gets taken and your bishops get taken and your rook gets taken, that king is worth nothing. But if you got strong soldiers around you that are taking all the other pieces and winning, that king is the most important piece on the board. So, carrying over, if you're around winners like JD, my dad, Mr. Nixon,
There you go.
my brother Lopez over here,
All right.
you know, if you're around people that are doing things, then you're gonna be doing things. If you're around people that ain't doing nothing, then you probably ain't gonna be doing nothing.
Surround yourself with winners, and you'll be a winner.
That is exactly
Yeah.
right.
There you go.
That's
Yes.
it. That's it. That's it. Now you see the voices coming. I mean, I'm opening up this board here for each and every individual that's sitting around these mics. We want you to know that there's no limit to what we can do. And there is no limit to what you can say. It's just how you say it and what you're saying. Come on with me.
Okay, I'm gonna pick the pawn.
Right?
And the reason why is when we go do shows, and you know people see that I'm on stage with my sons, I get a lot of parents asking me like, "How do you do that?" And I tell them like, "Well, you don't have to be LeBron James.
Come on with
You
it.
don't have to be Kobe Bryant or Tom Brady.
Yes.
So those are the kings. All you got to do is be there.
Yes.
And if you're there, you know, like the pawns, you know, they are there. They're not the kings. They're the smallest piece on the board.
Yes.
But they play a big role. And if you're there for your children, it's like my sons. I'm a football man, basketball man. They like extreme sports.
Come on now.
So I had to find out who Tony Hawk was,
Come
Sean
on.
White,
Yeah.
Travis Pastrana.
Hey, that's
I
my
had to
man.
find out who those guys are. And I never ever tried to make my sons be what I wanted them to be. I found out what they were interested in, and that's what I got interested in.
And you know, all of that will build confidence. All of that will build confidence with your kids, and
Yeah.
it shows, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it shows right there. It shows personality, confidence, character.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I mean, his explanation for his piece, I thought it was great.
Yeah.
You know, and touching bases on your piece for the pawn, I think the pawn is very important. It's a very important piece because if you could get that pawn to the other side, it can become anything.
Right.
Come
It
on
can
with
become
it.
anything.
It can be
And I
anything.
feel that, you know, touching bases back on that, I feel, you know, we all have that potential. We have that potential to become the better versions of ourselves. And I truly believe that.
And to
Yeah.
say what you just said about the pawn, and to
Yeah.
piggyback on you, to piggyback on mine.
Yeah.
If you are a parent and if you're the pawn and you are there, you will become a king to your children.
Exactly.
And I'm
I
gonna say,
like that.
I'm gonna
Go
say
ahead.
this, and the queen is the strongest piece on the board. And even if the pawn makes it to the other side, it can be the strongest piece on the board.
Come on with it now. So you join together.
Yeah.
You join
Come on,
together.
Reverend.
Come
How
on.
is it? How is it? There we go. There we go.
See, you can join together to keep the weather strong. But sometimes there comes a storm. And when the storm comes, I want to come in with y'all because, see, I picked my piece. And you know what my piece
What's
was?
your piece? What's
the
your
board
piece?
itself. The board itself. See, I want to
No,
talk
Hogan,
to you.
he's looking at the big picture. He's
Yeah.
not playing around.
Right.
Without the board, you can't play.
So you know, when you got the board itself,
Yes.
you look at the queen, okay, who's the
Alright.
creator of the kings and the pawns
Ooh.
and the rooks and the knights and the bishops.
Gets
So
life.
the queen, you know, giving it up because see the foundation of the board. If you have the board, like our president, this is the board right now.
Right.
The board. See, the president has a responsibility, and that responsibility is to call out to all of the pawns, to make sure that they got the foundation, which is the rook, to make sure that the bishop, the advice, to make sure that the knight being able to hang in there with it, no matter what comes at him. But then when he gets into the role in which he already was when he started thinking, You know, when they said think before you sing. See, the
Think
president
before
was
you sing.
already thinking. Now, if I'm going to be the president of the radio station, we have to have the right people around.
Right.
And right now, in this room is the board. The board itself. And it's nice to know that, now check it out now. It's nice to know, y'all come in when you want to.
All
It's
right.
nice to know that the board is willing to allow the pieces.
Woo!
That is
I
a
don't even-
woo.
I can't even
Yeah,
do
you
anything
can't.
to that.
Right.
You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
that
The
was deep.
board
That was real
allows
deep.
The pieces
Yes.
to go where they
And,
want to.
and they gotta
Yeah.
go, they
Yeah.
gotta move.
They
or
gotta
the
make
board-
it happen. They
Right.
have to make it happen.
And 9 times out of 10, Mr. Lopez, the board does this.
But let me
and
help
put
you
itself
with this.
back in the
let
box,
Me, let me
you
tell
know?
you this.
Yes.
The pieces couldn't do anything without the board.
You with me? You with me? You with me? Hello, Mr. President. See, the key of the knowledge. Now, I want to take this a little deeper, okay? Now, we already know that we pick pieces. We've gathered ourselves at the table, okay? We're right now, we're on the president's table. We're at his table, okay? All right? You know, there's a Bible in the visual of the word that says that, you know, Potiphar can invite you to his table. But you may not always eat what Potiphar is eating.
Right.
You might get served some chicken, and he may be eating some steak. You with me?
Right.
So what I'm saying to you about this is, here the president has a radio station of Evansville Live Radio. We're talking about Evansville Radio Real, the real portion.
Real
of it,
talk.
Okay? Real talk, okay? Then we think about it. Now, he done put this out there for us. We're sitting right here in the studio, sounding off. We ain't hollering. We sounding off. We're allowing our voices to be heard. So let me ask you this question, since we done allowed ourselves to be on the board,
Okay.
okay? What's the next move?
What's the next move? Well, you know what, Reverend? You guys, I forgot to mention my piece. I was just kind of touching bases on the pond.
Okay, go with
But
it.
that was deep. I want to say that's very very well played, Reverend Nixon, because you really can't play the game without the main piece, which is the board.
Right.
So you know you can have all these pieces, but you still have to find a way to create a board. Even if you
Yeah.
draw it on paper, you draw it on the table,
You hear
you
me?
have to have it.
You have to have
Otherwise,
the
you have
board.
no direction. You know,
Thank you.
then
And if you
get
make
lost.
a board, nothing works good as the right board.
Exactly. Nothing works good as the right board. So it's good to have direction and have a sense of what you're using or what you're headed to. And I feel like you could touch that back to life.
Yes.
You know, we have to have a vision and we have to have an idea of at least an idea where we're headed to so we can make things happen. I learned this from a wise man a long time ago that I used to work with him. And he said, if you have a vision, doesn't matter what happens, you're going to get there because you know where you want to go.
Yes.
You know, it doesn't matter if you go left, right. You know exactly where your eyes are kept on, and you're not, even if you get lost, you're gonna find your way back because you know where you want to go. And I feel like this touches back to MJT. You know,
Yes.
a lot of
Yes.
us find ourselves, I feel, lost sometimes. You know, we're very dependent, especially if you're a father out there. You know, your family's very dependent on you, and sometimes, you know, even as father figures and leaders in our families, we sometimes get lost. You know, we don't have all the energy in the world all the time, and we don't have, you know, all the right knowledge, you know, that we wish we did to keep our family strong.
Yes.
But it's okay, you know, as long as you have an idea of the vision of what you want your family to be for and to stand for. I feel you're doing a great job already. Real quick, just to touch bases, my piece I would choose the rook. I'm gonna stick with the rook. They say is the weakest piece, but the reason why I like the rook is I believe it teaches everybody a valuable lesson. A lot of people would say don't ever go back. It sounds very contradicting. A lot of people say don't go back, you know, never look back, never take a step back. But I feel that you can look back and you can take a step back. Sometimes, you know, you got to take a deep breath and you got to move on, you know. And sometimes, you know, if you take a step back to correct yourself and then take 2 steps forward, you know, if you're doing it with the right purpose, you can always take a step back, you know, to correct yourself, to find a better solution. Go back in time and say, you know what, if I had done this better, I'm going to learn from this, because whether we like it or not, sometimes the same situation will repeat itself.
Yes.
You know, it will come back to you in a different form. And then that's like taking a step back. You're going to learn from that. And then you're going to push forward 2, 3, 4, 5 more squares up on the road. and you're gonna find yourself being very successful if you learn from your past mistakes. And I feel like the Rook teaches that, because sometimes you go back one square, and then your opponent moves their piece right in front of it, and boom, now you could take it. Now you could take the game. You could win the game. You could make a checkmate just with that piece.
Well, you know, when you find out, I wanna give my brother Lopez a high up on that, because that is one of the main things that makes what Real Radio is doing. Real Radio is opening up a door where voice can be heard. And we're not talking about no off-the-wall stuff. We're talking serious business here. You know, like I say again, it's not about David Nixon with MJT. It's about my brothers and the men with me. Is that we have to become one in order for the storm to know that it can't knock down the wall. It cannot move the pond. It has to allow the night to cover its own ground. It has to allow decision to come from the bishop. And then it has to allow the king to know that he has a great party with him when he gets ready to make decisions that is going to govern the people. And I believe that right now. You know, with Brother Lopez, Brother Davis, and Brother Justice Davis, I want you to know that they sitting in this studio right now. This is the live part of WCRY. This is the live part of 102.5 Real Radio, FM. And remember, you have an opportunity to make a difference. 812-228-0734. Just remember, 0734. That's a very important part of what we're doing here now. We're just not here running our mouths. We're talking about some serious things when it says, what's your move? And how good is your name? I have a young man that we're going to bring him back. We're going to bring Mr. Justice Davis back right quick, and we want him to kind of sound off a few positive, real notes to you to help Evansville Real Radio make its overall mark completely. Go for it.
All right, check it out. It's your boy Villain Jr. Real quick. Check me out on SoundCloud, Villain Jr. VILLEN. Here we go. Hey, he's been writing flows since he was 12 years old. He knows he's cold, but no one used to show up to his shows. To whom much is given, much is required. So now he's in his bed writing rhymes even when he's tired. When he first started, people told him that he was a liar. Then he told a story, now they tell him that he's spitting fire. He lost it for a while when he was doing drugs. Couldn't feel no love and thought he lost the one that's up above. But now he's got it back, he's riding on the wagon. And people telling him that he's spitting fire like a dragon. Dove in head first, now he's waist deep up in this rapping. No slacking, just attacking, so he's trying to make it happen. And he's praying to the Father he would teach him how to take this action.
I got two comments coming to you right now. Like, once again, I'm Reverend David J. Nixon, and I want you to know that we are here right now with MJT, and we are trying our best to let you know that what move you make is important in life. You don't have to run. Sit down, write down your thoughts, be strong with your overall views. And when you're trying to make a difference, it's okay to look to the left and look to the right. But it's where your course is where you end up. I hear Brother JD here, the father of West Coast Family, him and his son. I know them very personally, and they're very real. They come with a heart, and they don't mind giving theirs if they know it's going in the right direction to the right people. And also, I have Mr. Lopez here. There's one thing you did not know. Mr. Lopez is a financial mind young man. He's a young man with a strong financial mind. He don't mind sharing this knowledge. We're going to get a chance to share this knowledge once again this coming February 28th at one of our local high schools. And we're asking you, just go onto our website, MJT, menjointogether.blogspot.com. And that is one thing that won't go. I'm gonna let Brother Lopez, and then we're gonna be doing a closeout with Mr. Davis, who is our guest here. Brother, go ahead.
I just want to say, if you guys are enjoying this show, I mean, it touches a lot of bases. I feel it goes very deep. It tackles issues that we need to speak about. Yes, now we have a Kickstarter going on right now for WCRY 102.5 LPFM. It's a community FM radio. It's low power, but it has a big message. And we're building Evansville's next generation radio. WCRY LPFM, a listener-supported hyper-local community radio station. It's a Christian station, and check out our Kickstarter page. And we are looking for exactly, I'm going to let the president say this out here, $9,289. So you guys, if you guys want to keep this going, I mean, we got great projects coming up, and we need your support. So definitely back to the West Coast family here, and definitely JD, it's all you, brother.
Okay, let me do a little something. It's your boy JD, Jesus Disciple, the LOC, the Light of Christ. You know, so I'm gonna do a little something for you like this. Toss and turn in my bed as I lie awake, and then I think to myself, what will it take for me to get a hold of this situation instead of laying here in my frustration alone in the dark? My thoughts consume me. Is this the thing that's going to do me? No one creeping up trying to put out my lights, but my thoughts kill me in the middle of the night. Can't wait till the morning to see the sun. But will my life be over before the morning comes? My life is wrong, and right, I can't make it. Demons in my head, and I just can't take it. I lie in bed. I can hear them whispering, try to fight it, but I keep on listening. On me so tough that I want to give in, but something inside says keep on living. If you fight that awful feeling, have a new beginning. If you're willing, that sounds appealing, but my thoughts are killing as I lay in the bed staring at the ceiling. Can't shake these thoughts, they're embedded in my brain, and I'm way past crazy. I'm going insane. If I had a hole in my head, they would just spill out. Then at night, I can just chill out. I've never been afraid, but I'm terrified of bed, because all night long I'm screaming, get out my head. My soul is ready. It's ready to burn. I can't hide from myself. I guess I never learned. God, if you're real, I need to find out. And if you can hear me, I need a timeout. From a world of darkness, I need some light. So please tell me you can save my life.
Woo! MJT, men join together. What's your move? What's your move? Radio talk show. We're talking about WCRY. Listen to this. WCRY 102.5 FM. Evansville Real Radio. We're here right now live. We want you to know. We want to thank you if you're listening in. Please remember, make that call, 812-228-0734. We look forward to you. We're going to take it back to the board, the man that created it all. We're going to let him have his board back. We're just the pieces hanging out with him. We're going to give you back to our president right now.
Well, that's pretty tough stuff to top right there. I do hope that you all enjoyed that show tonight. It's a little bit different than our just normal preaching. We've got a bunch of men here in the room, and it's not a really big room, so it is a little bit warm in here. But that's all right, you know. That's all right. We got some warm fellowship going on in here, brothers. So we do have our Kickstarter campaign going on, and if you would like to have more shows like this, we do ask that you would kick in and help us out with that, because we do not have the ability to make this happen without you. And also, we are still looking for more content, so if you have an idea for a show and you would like to be on, we need that as well. If you are gifted at fundraising and or sales and marketing, we need a little bit of help with that. If you know how to run audio equipment and set up computers and things like that, we need that kind of help also. We do have a unique opportunity for our Kickstarter campaign, which is why we started it, and that unique opportunity is that we have about $12,000 worth of equipment available for $7,500. It is used, but otherwise we'll have to buy it new, so it will save us a substantial piece of money. But also it has about a 4,000 song library on there, and music libraries don't come cheap, so it's a very good opportunity for us in terms of that as well. And we are needing to raise some money for some royalties, because royalties cost a lot of money. So that's basically what we need. People say, why are you broadcasting on the internet instead of over air? And the simple answer is, it takes a lot of money to build an antenna tower. It takes a lot of money to build a studio. We have an FCC license. We have an FCC construction permit. And the only thing stopping us from being on air is that green stuff that makes the world go around, as it were. And we need a little bit of that, and we're going to invest that directly into the station. All of the people here tonight are volunteers. Nobody's getting paid to be here. We would love to become successful enough one day to maybe have some paid staff, but that would be many years away. And at this point, we're looking for volunteers to help, volunteers for shows, and mostly volunteers to give a little bit of money. How much money does it take? Well, it's kind of an odd scenario, because this Kickstarter thing is an all-or-nothing deal. If we make $9,288, we get nothing. If we have somebody donate $2 when it's at that point, we get it all. So it's an all-or-nothing deal. We have to raise $9,289. It's very, very easy to give. You just go to the Kickstarter website, look for WCRY, click on the little button that says Back This Project, and then you can donate. There are some incentives. You can get shirts. You can come and join a show. I will say that if you join this show, it would be really, really warm in here. But we wouldn't mind that at all. So again, we thank you for tuning in, and we ask that the Lord would bless you, and hope that you tune in next week at roughly the same time. And we do also want to give special thanks that we have some music that has been provided by the kindness of the West Coast family. And we also will probably be getting a little bit of that out in their pre-recorded form. So, we'll have to mix up some video there. So we do ask that you would check them out. And I believe that they have a website, which if I had my bifocals on, I might be able to see. Actually, you can find them on Facebook at West Coast Family 03. And they are available by phone at 812-430-4678. And I'm going to give this to somebody else for that teeny tiny print right there.
Go for it.
Okay, so I don't have my spectacles on, so I'm gonna give it to JD.
Yeah, you're a young guy. You're supposed to be able to see that small print.
So you would think. You
can email us at realridersrecords@yahoo.com or West Coast Family 03 at Gmail. Our Twitter is at West Coast Family, and like you said, West Coast Family 03 is the Facebook. Also, SoundCloud is West Coast. Look up West Coast Family, and JD also got.
And Spotify, you can find us on Spotify / West Coast Family.
Lord bless you all. Tune in next Thursday at 7:15. Hopefully we won't have any technical difficulties that make us start at 7:25. Lord bless you. Have a good week.
Woo!
It's still on. So if you turn off the mics, that helps a little bit.